There's two important factors to consider about your products before you begin the listing process. The first thing that you'll want to consider is whether the product you want to add to your inventory is already listed in the Amazon store. If it is, you won't be creating a new listing. Instead, you'll be matching your offer to an existing listing. If your product isn't already listed, you'll create a new listing for your product, which will create a new product detail page. Once you know whether you're adding or matching, you'll also want to determine if your product is branded. Branded products include their brand name or logo on packaging and often on the product itself. Unbranded or generic products aren't labeled or attributed to any brand. It's important to understand whether your product is branded or generic before you start the listing process. Knowing this can help the process go more smoothly. When adding a branded product, the name entered in the brand name field in the Add a Product tool workflow in Seller Central should match exactly to the name of the brand that produced the product. You may see a 5665 error when you enter your brand name while listing products. If you find this, Amazon needs to approve your brand before you can use it to list products. Open a case with seller support for assistance with approving your brand name. If you own or manage a brand with a registered active or pending trademark, you can enroll in Amazon Brand Registry for more control of your brand's listings. You do not need to have a trademark to get a brand name approved. For that, you'll want to see the help page on the Amazon brand name policy. Generic products don't have a common name, logo, or other name that labels the product or packaging. When adding these products, you'll enter generic in the brand name field. Now that you have your product's brand information and you know whether or not it's already listed in the Amazon store, we can start the listing process. Let's start by adding a single generic product that isn't already listed in the Amazon store. We should note here that to add a single product not currently listed, you'll probably need a product ID. A product ID is a series of alphanumeric characters used to identify specific products and commonly comes in the form of a GTIN, UPC, ISBN, or EAN number. If you don't have a product ID, you'll likely need to apply for a product ID exemption. You can do this by searching for UPC exemption in the search bar at the top of Seller Central and find the help page labeled How to List Products That Do Not Have a Product ID. To add a single product not already listed, click I'm adding a product not sold on Amazon. Next, you'll choose your product category. You can search categories using the search bar at the top of the page or browse the list of categories below. After selecting your relevant category, and in some cases subcategory, you'll be asked to provide product details and information. You may notice a lock icon next to some products or categories. This means that Amazon requires approval before sellers can list these products that are either branded or in certain categories. Be sure to request the appropriate approvals before adding your products. First, find and select the Vital Info tab. Be sure to activate the More Attributes toggle in the top right to see all available fields. Under this Vital Info tab, include the product name, a product ID, and other important information. If you were granted a GTIN or UPC exemption, you can leave both the product ID and product ID type boxes blank. The product name field will display as the title within a product detail page. Brand name, manufacturer, and other details will appear below any variations as the key info section of a product detail page. When adding a generic product, enter generic in the brand name field. Provide product photos under the Images tab. These will display on the left-hand side of the product detail page. Remember, your first image must be on a white background and should be a high-quality picture that shows the product in full. This will be the image customers see when searching and browsing. Be sure to add lifestyle photos to show your product in real life for a better customer experience as the secondary images. Review the Product Image Requirements help page for more info. Images can take up to 24 hours to load and oftentimes are the last part of the listing to populate after it's been saved. You can also specify if your product has variations. Variations allow customers to compare and choose products based on different attributes such as size, color, or other characteristics from the available options on a single product detail page. If your product has variations, select the attributes that apply. Leave any specific size or color information out of the product name field. These will be added in once the variation children are completed. Next, list and add the variations that exist for your products. For example, if you're selling pirate shirts in small, medium, and large sizes, and in the colors white and black, list all of those terms in the size color boxes. This will generate a template below that you can continue to fill out with pricing, quantity, etc. Under Description, provide a summary of your product in the field labeled Product Description. This product description displays midway down a product detail page, underneath the offer details, and above customer reviews. This is a good place to give a bit more detail on your product, best uses, or any other specific information that would help a customer make an educated buying decision. The next field, Key Product Features, allows you to add bullet points to your product detail page. Click Add More to add more bullet points to your description. These bullet points display underneath a product's key info and above a product's full description on a detail page. We recommend including 3 to 6 concise bullet points for each listing, and because customers will see key product features before they find the product description, it's important to make sure your bullets are as descriptive and comprehensive as possible. In the Keywords section, add identifying information to help show your product to the most relevant audience. Be sure to avoid using any brand names or trademark terms in this section. You can add up to 250 characters, which ends up being about 35 to 40 search terms. One of the most common questions we get is, how can I make my products more discoverable? This is a great place to add in additional terms that your customers might use when searching for products similar to yours. You do not need to repeat words either in this keywords or search terms box. As a best practice, come up with as many relevant search terms as you can and use your best ones in this space to increase product discoverability. Finally, remember that different categories and subcategories can have different fields when adding new products. Check each section and ensure you've added as much detail as possible. As a best practice, provide relevant data in any attribute field that relates to your product. This will help your product display within relevant search results on Amazon. This is also how you will ensure that you're building a strong detail page that will answer any questions your customers might have about your products. Once you've listed your product, the product detail page will display specific information entered during the listing creation process. If you missed a specific attribute or wanted to edit something, you can do so from your Manage Inventory page and clicking the Edit button on the far right of the item. A product detail page is where a customer discovers a unique product sold on Amazon. It can include one or more offers from sellers or from Amazon. This page is a shared space that displays attributes that are common to all offers for the product, such as title, images, bullet points, description, and product variations like size and color. I am going to pass the mic over to Angela, and she is going to continue on with the presentation.
All right, thank you, David. Okay, so now let's talk about how to add generic products that are already listed on the Amazon store. When you match products, or when you're matching your product to an existing listing, you'll want to do your due diligence and be sure it's an exact match. Your product should match every aspect of the listing, including the brand, color, size, and any other variation. Add-ons can create listing issues too. While inspecting the listing you'll want to match to, make note of every detail. If the original listing offers an add-on item, bonus feature, or free gift, be sure that the product you're listing offers the same. If not, you could receive orders from customers expecting that add-on or bonus feature not included with your product, which can lead to complaints or negative feedback. To get started matching your product, select Add a Product under Inventory in Seller Central. Next, search for the product you'd like to sell using the search bar. You can search for products by title, keyword, or product ID. When you find the product you'd like to list, click Sell this product. Next, enter required offer details in the provided fields, similar to adding an unlisted product. Required fields are marked with an asterisk. When matching an existing listing, you can also use the Match Lowest Price feature in the Match the Lowest Price listed on the product detail page. When you're finished, click Save Changes. After you've added your products, you may notice aspects of the detail pages you'd like to change. When multiple sellers offer the same product through a single detail page, Amazon automatically combines the best product data from each seller submission to ensure the best customer experience. If your product is listed on a detail page, you can suggest edits and updates to it. To suggest an edit, select Manage Inventory from the Inventory section of Seller Central main menu. Next, click the Edit button next to the product you want to update. On the Edit Product Info page, select the tab relating to the information you'd like to update. Choose Vital Info to update the title and key product information. Use Images to edit images, and Description to update the description and bullet points. Once you've made your edits, click Save. If your edits are accepted, they'll appear on the product detail page within 24 hours. If your contributions do not show after 24 hours, then Amazon system has selected another contributing seller's information. When you suggest updates for branded products you are not the brand owner of, you'll need to create a case with seller support and provide proof supporting the suggested changes. Proof can come in the form of a manufacturer's or publisher's website URL that clearly shows your suggested changes. This URL should also show a visible product ID if available. You can also submit high-resolution product photos that clearly show the suggested changes along with a visible product ID. This photo can be of the item in its original packaging, also showing the product ID. Requests cannot be accepted without valid proof. When you add your offer to an existing product detail page, it can appear in a few different places. The prominent placement with Add to Cart and Buy Now buttons is the featured offer, formerly known as the Buy Box. Sellers can earn this placement based on a variety of factors, including competitive pricing and customer delivery promise. If your offer doesn't earn featured offer placement, it will appear in a section of Other Offers, which can be labeled as New and Used or from other Amazon sellers. Featured offer placement is available to sellers with a professional selling account. If you're a professional seller, check if your products are eligible for the featured offer on the Manage Inventory page. Be sure you have the Buy Box Eligible column enabled. To enable the column, click Preferences on the Manage Inventory page, select the checkbox next to Buy Box Eligible, and click Save Changes at the bottom of the page. When enabled, this column will display whether or not each of your products is eligible for featured offer placement. So now if you're adding branded products, you'll add or match your listing using the same steps we just covered. However, you'll enter the product's brand name in the brand name field. This is an extremely important step. When providing a brand name, double-check that it's entered correctly, including any stylization or additional characters. Ensuring you've entered the brand name correctly can help you avoid issues down the road. If you regularly add batches of new products or make updates to large quantities of listings, then file uploads may be a great option for you. A flat file, also known as an inventory file, is a spreadsheet used to edit or upload listings in bulk. These files can be used for products new to Amazon Store or existing products. You can also use files to update pricing, inventory quantities, and handling times for your listings. These file uploads are available to sellers with professional selling plans. You can create templates to fit your specific requirements and list different product types across multiple categories using one template. You can also create your own spreadsheet as long as you use the column heading names provided by Amazon. To get started with file uploads, select Add Product via Upload under the Inventory tab in the main menu. Use Download an Inventory File tab to find templates relevant to each specific category. You can use the search bar to search for relevant categories using your product's title, or you can manually select categories or subcategories from the main menu. After you've generated your template, you'll find in all relevant product detail page information. With your template filled out and ready to go, click the Upload Your Inventory tab on the Add Products via Upload page. You can drag and drop your file directly onto this page. You can also enter an email address to be notified when the upload is complete. You can also use this tab to upload your inventory file with slight modifications, including file uploads from other e-commerce websites. This can be specifically helpful if you plan to integrate your shopping cart with your Amazon business. When you first get started with file uploads to add products, you may encounter one or more errors during the process. You can use processing reports to learn more about the cause of any issues you may have. View your processing reports by clicking on the Download Your Processing Report button in the Monitor Upload Status section of the Add Products via Upload page. Use processing reports to help troubleshoot any issues you run into during file uploads. You may already upload your inventory to another e-commerce store. If you manage sales and inventory across multiple e-commerce channels, the Amazon Partner Network can help you simplify. The Amazon Partner Network can help you find and connect with trustworthy third-party service providers. Whether you're looking to integrate a new application for your Amazon business or hire an accounting service, the Amazon Partner Network can help you find a relevant match. In the Partner Network section of Seller Central main menu, select either Find Apps and Services or Explore Services. On the Find Apps and Services page, browse service providers by category. Use the Explore Services page to find specific services relevant to you and your business.
Thank you and happy selling in the Amazon store.